Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Los Angeles Lakers play the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball. Lakers in the house, man. We're gonna see about y'all tonight. 4 o'clock Pacific. What is that? 7 p.m. Eastern. In Detroit, and Detroit's had a devastating injury occur. Cade Cunningham had a collapsed lung. It states that he's out with a chest, so I guess that's all encompassing, but I'm not really certain. But yeah, that's what's going on there. Marcus Sasser, guy who got the game ball last time we played Detroit when they beat us, he's also out with a hip, so we don't have to worry about him. And Beef Stew, who always gives us nightmares, is also out with a calf. Wendell Moore Jr. is a game-time decision. Meanwhile, for us, Rui's out with a calf. Not really pleased with that. I didn't know he was even hurt in any way. Marcus Smart is out with an ankle. I thought it was a hip, but the ankle is keeping him out of whatever that injury was. Ultimately, is keeping him out of this game. And Nick Smith, who hasn't played in like 3 months, it seems, is out with a game-time decision. So he might have got hurt in the G. He certainly ain't been playing for the Lakers. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, man, the Detroit Pistons, they've been winning games since Cade went down. They've been beating up on some bad teams, so it's been kind of easy for them. But we'll cover those games just the same. Really, we talk about often when a team has been playing against good teams, we say they've been playing on hard mode or superstar mode or whatever the game would be. They're playing in the most hard difficulty. The Pistons are playing on easy mode right now, man. They have played a bunch of the worst in the NBA over the last 5 games. And so, yeah, they're going to have to turn it up to compete with us. That's what it really comes down to. So, tonight, first of all, we'll cover the game that's 5th previous to the Detroit Pistons, a 126-110 victory in Detroit against the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, so Detroit shot 54% from the field, 50 of 92. The Grizzlies shot 43%, 38 of 89. The Grizzlies shot 15 of 41 from 3 for 37%. Pistons shot 34% from 3, 12 of 35. From the free throw line, Pistons 14 of 18 for 78%. Grizzlies 19 of 24 for 79%. 52 boards for the Pistons, 33 for Memphis, 19 offensive rebounds for the Pistons, 13 for the Grizzlies. 36 assists for Pistons, 20 for the Grizzlies, 12 steals for the Pistons, 11 for the Grizzlies, 6 blocks for the Pistons, 2 for the Grizzlies, 19 turnovers for the Pistons, 10 points off of those, 17 turnovers for the Grizz, 23 off of those, 24 fast break points for the Pistons, 8 for the Grizzlies, 74 points in the paint for Detroit, 36 for the Grizzlies. That's crazy. Large lead of the game for the Grizz was 5. They led 13% of the time, and for the Pistons it was 22. They led 80% of the game. The high man for the Memphis Grizzlies was Javon Small off the bench with 23 points, and they had 4 players in double figures. All right, for the Detroit Pistons, Duncan Robinson, 24 minutes, 14 points, 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 offensive boards, plus 24. Jalen Duren, 28 minutes, 30 points, 12 of 15 from the field, 13 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 7 offensive rebounds, plus 20. He's going to grab boards. It's going to be incumbent upon our centers to play their best ball against this young all-star. He's one of the big reasons why the Pistons have been number 1 in the Eastern Conference pretty much the entire season. Green, 21 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 1 offensive board, plus 19. This guy's going to be on the floor a lot tonight with Cade out and several other guys. We don't want to forget about Javonte Green. He is a very, very elite level defender. The Pistons fans love him to death, and he makes their defense go in a lot of ways. So we need not forget about him and what his contributions have been to them being as good as they are. He is going to be a problem tonight. Number 31, Green. Marcus Sasser, 22 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, plus 20. And Cade had not yet gone down. He had 30 minutes out there, 17 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 3 from the line. He had 8 rebounds, 15 assists, 3 steals, 3 turnovers, 1 offensive board, plus 23. So, yeah, we're not going to have to worry about those 2 players. That backcourt is very, very talented, and they just will not be available tonight. Paul Reed, 4 minutes, 0 of 1 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, -1. His usage has gone up since those players have gone down as well. So look out for B-Ball Paul tonight. I really like this player, and he's going to get some minutes for the Pistons at the power forward spot. Isaiah Stewart, 20 minutes, 10 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 block, 3 offensive boards, -2 for Beef Stew. Ron Holland, 17 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 assist, 3 offensive boards, -1. He's also somebody they're going to lean on a lot tonight with people being out. Ron Holland is one of those guys that's very difficult for us to guard because of his athleticism, his strength on both sides of the floor, his willingness to drive at the rim. Occasionally he can hit a three-point shot here and there. Ron Holland is going to be very good in this league for a long time. And he's still in his development stages, but he definitely plays a strong role on this Pistons squad. Very athletic, Ron Holland. Jones, 5 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 1 from the field, 2 rebounds, -3. Chris LeVert, we know of him. 23 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 10 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. Ouch. 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, -10. Bad game for Chris. Don't expect for him to play like this tonight. Kevin Huerter, Red Velvet, 24 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, +1. Kevin Huerter is now with the Pistons after playing the majority of his season with the Chicago Bulls, traded at the deadline. He's now going to be a part of this Pistons team, creating spacing for their non-shooters. Definitely an important piece to what they got going on, especially tonight with people being out. And Dennis Jenkins, 21 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, -10. Dennis Jenkins, also an extremely important piece for the Detroit Pistons. He's going to be starting at the point guard in place of Cade Cunningham. He broke out early in the season, showed me exactly what he can do. This is a very talented player who is going to get great opportunity to showcase himself tonight. Expect him to be big for the Pistons tonight. Dennis Jenkins. So that's the first game that we've covered. Memphis just could not overcome the Detroit Pistons. They got destroyed in the paint. Cade still hadn't gone down, so they ran into the actual Pistons. Not very good for them. All right, next up for the Pistons was a loss against Toronto, 119-108 in Toronto. And let's see how this game went. All right, so the Raptors shot 48% from the field, 44 of 91. Pistons, 48%, 41 of 85. From the three-point line, the Pistons shot 10 of 26 for 38%. The Raptors, 29%, 8 of 28. Pistons got to the line 24 times, hit 16 of them for 67%. And the Raptors, 77%, 23 of 30 from the line. 48 boards for the Toronto Raptors, 39 for the Pistons, 20 offensive rebounds for the Raptors, 13 for the Pistons, 25 assists for the Raptors, 23 for the Pistons, 9 steals for the Raptors, 6 for the Pistons, 5 blocks for both teams, 13 turnovers for both teams, 16 points given up off of those for the Pistons, and 12 given up for the Toronto Raptors in 13 turnovers. 17 fast break points for the Pistons, 10 for the Raptors, 50 points in the paint for the Pistons, 56 for the Raptors. Largest lead of the game for the Pistons was 6, and they led 23% of the time, and for the Raptors, it was 14. They led 72% of the time. Straighten this out a little bit. All right. Tobias Harris, 33 minutes, 21 points, 9 of 12 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, -2. Tobias Harris is going to be huge tonight. You know they're going to lean on him for scoring. If he shoots like this, it could be a bit of a problem for us. Duncan Robinson, 24 minutes, 1 point, 0 of 2 from both the 3 and field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, +2. Jalen Duren, 37 minutes, 20 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 1 turnover, 4 offensive boards, -7. Cade Cunningham, 37 minutes, 33 points, 12 of 24 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3, 7 of 8 from the line, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, 1 offensive board, -13. And Ausar Thompson, of course, we know the Thompson twin, the other one. Yes, he plays for Detroit. He will be a monster tonight, for certain. 24 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, -9. Don't expect him to do that against y'all, Lakers. Don't expect for them to do this bad stuff that he did against Toronto against us. It's not going to happen. We got to deal with him. Paul Reed, 11 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 3 blocks, 2 offensive boards, -4. Ron Holland, 13 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, -10. Javonte Green, 15 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, hit all 3 of his free throws, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 offensive rebound, -4. Chris LeVert, 20 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 offensive rebounds, -2. And Kevin Huerter, 14 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 from both the 3 and field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, -2. And Sasser, 12 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, +2. All right, the high man for the Raptors was B.I. 34. He was all over him. 34 points, 4 of 9 from 3. And, they had 4 players in double figures. So RJ and Jakob and B.I. just ran all over them boys. That's really what it came down to. Scotty Barnes almost had a triple-double. They didn't really need a whole lot of too many people. They just could not stop those 4 players. Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, R.J. Barrett, and Brandon Ingram. That was all they needed to defeat the number 1 Eastern Conference Detroit Pistons team. Very disappointing game for the Pistons on the road. All right, next up was a pair of games against the Wizards. One of these games, Cade did go down in. The first one was a 130-117 win for the Pistons. Both of these games took place in Washington. So we'll cover them both. First, team stats here. All right, 51% from the field for the Pistons, 46 of 90. And 49% for the Wizards, 43 at 87. From the free throw line, both of these teams shot pretty well. 11 of 27 for the Pistons, 41%. 16 of 37 for the Wizards, 43%. Washington, 79% from the line, 15 of 19. And the Pistons, 27 of 32 for 84%. 50 boards for the Pistons, 35 for the Wizards. 16 offensive boards for the Pistons, 7 for the Wizards. 31 assists for the Pistons, 20 for the Wizards. 8 steals for Pistons, 7 for Wizards. 4 blocks for Detroit, 5 for Washington. 13 turnovers for Detroit, 13 points off of those. 14 turnovers for Washington, 25 points off of those. 16 fast break points for the Pistons, 9 for the Wizards. 68 points in the paint for the Pistons, 44 for the Wizards. 22 was the largest lead of the game for Detroit. They led 75% of the time. And for Washington, they led 18% of the time. And the largest lead they had was 9. So one thing that I do want to point out is that these Pistons get a lot of offensive rebounds every single night, over 10 so far. Albeit against not so great teams, but that doesn't always translate to those teams not being capable of boarding. They're rebounding the ball. So that's something to pay attention to for certain. All right, let me get back to the box score here. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. All right, here we go. Tobias Harris, 27 minutes, 12 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, +17. 4 offensive boards there for Tobias as well. Duncan Robinson, 26 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, +11 for Robinson. Jalen Duren, another monster performance, 31 minutes, 36 points, 13 of 17 from the field, 10 of 11 from the line, 11 boards, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 3 offensive boards, +15. He is playing out of his mind. Cade Cunningham, 5 minutes, 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 0 in the plus-minus. This is the one where he went down. Only 5 minutes in this game. Oscar Thompson, 27 minutes, 6 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, +6 for Thompson. B-Ball Paul, 13 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 offensive boards, -7. Ron Holland, 15 minutes, 11 points, also 4 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 steals, +1. Green, 5 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive board, +2. LeVert, 21 minutes, 10 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, -6. Huerter, 22 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, +11. Sasser, 25 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. 1 rebound, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, +5. And Jenkins, 21 minutes, 15 points, 4 of 9 from the field, hit both his threes, 5 of 6 from the line, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, +10. He filled up the box score for real there. My goodness, man. So, yeah, they had some efficient stuff going on from their bench, a lot of production from their bench. Of course, Red Velvet shot poorly, 0 of 5 from 3. But, you know, they were able to withstand Cade Cunningham's injury and beat a team, Washington, that's just tanking. So, not much to say there. Bub Carrington walked away with 30 points on a very efficient shooting, though. 12 of 16 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. He was the high man. So, yeah, Bub is pretty nice there, man. That's a really good game for him. They had 4 players in double figures. So that's how it went for the first game against Washington. And, of course, the second game we will cover as well. Same building, same result. 117-95 was the score. The Pistons win. And let's see what the team stats of this one is. All right, so the Wizards shot 44% from the field, 36 of 82. Pistons shot 45%, 44 of 97. Pistons shot 30% from 3, 9 of 30. And the Wizards 39%, 15 of 38 from 3. Pistons got to the line 26 times, hit 20 of them for 77%. The Wizards 8 of 12 for 67% from the free throw line. 35 rebounds for the Wiz, 56 for the Pistons, 17 offensive rebounds for Detroit, 6 for Washington. Once again, supreme offensive rebounding from this Detroit team. 32 assists for Detroit, 20 for the Wizards. That's another thing. They do a lot of assisting too. They've been doing well there. 11 steals for Detroit, 3 for the Wizards. 8 blocks for Detroit, 10 for the Wizards. 19 turnovers for the Wizards, 23 points off of those. 10 turnovers for the Pistons, 13 points off of those. 21 fast break points for Detroit, 6 for the Wiz. 66 points in the paint for Detroit, 26 for the Wiz. They are destroying people in the paint. That speaks to Jalen Duren's presence, both defensively and offensively, in my opinion. They're pulling down offensive rebounds, giving themselves second chance points, likely putbacks, and then he's altering things in the paint for the other team. This dude is going to be a big problem for us. Without Cade Cunningham, do not think you're about to waltz into Detroit and just get an easy win, because they are very, very good on both sides of the ball, even without Cade Cunningham. You don't be number one for nothing. All right, the largest lead of the game for the Pistons was 25. They led 98% of the time, and the Wizards never did have a lead in this game. Tobias Harris, 22 minutes, 7 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, +8. Robinson, 27 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block, +7. Duren, 25 minutes, 24 points, 9 of 15 from the field, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 turnover, 6 offensive boards, +15. Thompson, 24 minutes, 10 points, 3 of 7 from the field. All 4 of his free throws were made. 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. Actually, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 offensive boards, +5. So he's starting to get in his groove. He's not really much of a scorer, but he could surely help you in every other area basically on the floor outside of shooting the ball. And he's a little bit better of a shooter than his brother is historically. I don't know if that's continued. I think his brother probably attempts more threes now, does Asur in Detroit than Amen does, or rather vice versa. I think Amen probably shoots a 3 a little more in Houston, but just the same, they basically are athletic freaks of nature, and you will have to deal with Asur Thompson tonight. Dennis Jenkins, 34 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 16 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, +18. +18 shooting that poorly. Eesh. Basketball can be a strange game. Paul Reed, 21 minutes, 17 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, 2 offensive boards, +6 for B-ball. Paul Reed. Smith, 3 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive board, +1. Holland, 20 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards, +15. Green, 5 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 steal, -12. Caris LeVert, 20 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 1 of 3 from the line, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, plus 16 for Caris LeVert. Huerter, 23 minutes, 14 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, 1 offensive rebound, plus 26. He led the entire team, did Kevin Huerter. And Marcus Sasser, 14 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 1 rebound, 5 assists, plus 4. And the rookie Lanier, I think it's Lanier, 3 minutes. He missed his only 3-point attempt, 2 steals, plus 1. So that's how that went for the Detroit Pistons. The high man for the Wizards was Tristan Vucevic with 21 points on 7 of 8 shooting from the field, 3 of 3 from 3. Very nice night for Vucevic. And they had 5 players in double figures. Alex Sarr had one of those games that he tends to have here and there, 1 of 12 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3 for 2 points. That's a thing for Alex Sarr. He started his career shooting like that. He really did. I don't know why he has those type of games. Most bigs don't, but yeah, he can do that at times. So that's how it went for the Detroit Pistons. The Wizards lose the game. Detroit continues to roll into their own building against the Warriors, who were wearing those hideous brown uniforms that I absolutely loathe. It was an eyesore to watch this game's highlights just because of what the Warriors wore. We still have to play the Warriors one more time. I really hope they don't have that floor, that brown floor. I think we were playing in that building. Don't wear that brown, man. Burn that. That's doo-doo brown. It shouldn't even be on an NBA uniform, honestly. All right, so that's what I have to say about that. Let's get into the stats and how the Warriors found a way to lose wearing doo-doo brown. Okay, so the Warriors shot 46% from the field, 35 of 76, and the Pistons shot 52% from the field, 45 of 86. Pistons shot 24% from the 3, 5 of 21, and Warriors 36%, 12 of 33. From the free throw line, Warriors 19 to 26 for 73%. Pistons 20 at 29 for 69%. 38 boards for the Warriors, 35 for the Pistons. 10 offensive rebounds for the Warriors, 9 for the Pistons. 29 assists for the Pistons, 23 for the Warriors. 16 steals for the Pistons, 6 for the Warriors. 4 blocks for the Pistons, 6 for the Warriors. 15 turnovers for the Pistons, 20 points off of those. 26 turnovers for the Warriors, 32 points off of those. That's bad. But Pistons defense, 16 steals, forcing 26 turnovers, making 32 points happen off of them. That's excellent defense. 19 fast break points for the Pistons, only 5 for the Warriors. 74 points in the paint for the Pistons, 44 for the Warriors. There goes that dynamic again. And the largest lead of the game for the Pistons was 24. They led 67% of the time. And for the Warriors, it was 9. They led 25% of the time. So, yeah, this is a team, the Pistons, that really can do damage in the paint on both sides of the floor. You're going to have a hard time scoring on them. They're going to have an easy time scoring on you. They're going to get extra opportunities for themselves. They're going to snatch them from you. That's Jalen Duren all day long, man. Jalen Duren and Ausar Thompson just doing things that make life very difficult for others in the paint. That's what I think is going on there. All right, so the high man for the Warriors was Podziemski with 15. The Warriors are so bad, man. I know that they're missing Jimmy Butler. With him being out, obviously that hurt any team. Steph Curry being out, obviously that hurt any team. So if those stars were out there, I presume they would be a respectable basketball team. I believe that. But with all of that being said, they just suck so bad, man. They really do. They're miserable. All right, Tobias Harris, 25 minutes, 13 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, plus 29. Duncan Robinson, 29 minutes, 11 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals, plus 37. He was the high man there. Jalen Duren, 21 minutes, 23 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 7 of 9 from the line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, plus 14. Ausar Thompson, 25 minutes, 8 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 0 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, 7 steals, plus 17. He also had 1 block. 7 steals and 5 turnovers. I guess he made up for the turnovers. Dennis Jenkins, 38 minutes, 22 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 7 of 7 from the line, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, plus 13. That's more like it from him. Paul Reed, 23 minutes, 15 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 3 of 6 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 offensive boards, plus 6 for Paul Reed. Smith, 4 minutes, 2 points, hit his only field goal, had an assist, minus 6. Ron Holland, 22 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line. 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, minus 26. Worst on the squad, Ron Holland, even though he only missed 1 shot. Green, 20 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3, 3 rebounds, minus 14. Chris LeVert, 21 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive board, plus 1. And Lanier, 12 minutes, missed his only 3-point attempt, 0 of 2 from the field, minus 1. And Kevin Huerter got a DNP in this one, but he will be expected to suit up tonight. So that's all we got to cover for the Detroit Pistons. They've been playing a bunch of bad teams, man, been running through them. When they ran into even the slightest amount of resistance, they got beat by the Toronto Raptors, which is really strange overall how this has gone for the Pistons. They just, lost to the Toronto Raptors on the road, but beat all these other bad teams. So that's what's there to cover. It's hard to assess if the Pistons are actually playing that well, to be honest with you, since they're playing such bad talent and since they lost to a mediocre Toronto playoff squad. About as mediocre of a playoff squad as you're going to find, Toronto Raptors right now. And I just think if the Lakers do what they're supposed to do, we should be able to sneak in here and get us a victory, man. But it's hard to tell if the issues that the Pistons provide aren't going to create a great deal of problems for us. With the center position being as it is, we really need a big game out of our centers. And we've been getting that for the most part. I think, you got to give credit to our centers who've been playing well. D.A. Has had some much better games as of late on the road here. And we're starting to get something out of Jackson Hayes. He's been playing a lot better than the last game. I thought was his best game in about 2 weeks. So hopefully he continues on that trajectory because we're going to need it. Especially with us missing some size out there. Rui will not be out there. Marcus Smart, who's so intricate in helping us win games, especially against these big-time teams. He's going to be supremely and sorely missed tonight. We're really going to need our bench to do banshee work. We're going to need LeBron. We're going to need Jake LaRavia to bounce back strong after a bad performance against Orlando. He's going to be so important without Marcus Smart doing all those things that we need done, especially against Asur and Holland and Green and these guys that really are good at this. So the matchup isn't quite that favorable for the Lakers. We are playing amazing ball right now, but I do think that Marcus Smart had a lot to do with why that was. So I'm a little worried tonight going into Detroit. Even though Cade Cunningham is not going to be out there, and of course, I should have already mentioned, Luka Doncic will be. They rescinded the technical. It's been understood that some things were said to him that were just completely unacceptable. And, he had a right to defend himself. He didn't put his hands on the man. I think they'd probably leave the technical alone and let it be what it is if it didn't suspend Luka for this big-time matchup. But since it otherwise suspends Luka, they gave us the grace of rescinding that technical. So thank you to the league front office for making that decision. I think it was the right one. But Tajday, I told people at the beginning of that game that somebody was going to try to, this was the environment for which a coach would sick his dog, so to speak, on Luka Doncic, try to get in his head, and it played out the way that I expected. Tajday was the guy called up, and Tajday said some really foul things to Luka the Don, real foul, that we would dare not repeat here. So, yeah, I think if anything, if anybody should be suspended, it should be Tajday. I think the NBA needs to draw a line with certain things, honestly. I know that this is going to sound soft to a lot of people, and I am from an era where words don't hurt and people can say whatever they want. But once you start talking about a man's family, I think there should be some repercussions for that. I don't know if you suspend a guy, I don't know if you fine him, but a technical doesn't help. Maybe certain things you say get you thrown out of the game. I just think that there should be some decorum and some lines drawn as to what people should be willing to say or be able to say on the basketball floor. Because this is the type of situation where if a guy say the right thing, all of a sudden you got a melee and now we're mad at the teams for throwing punches. But like certain things you say to a man, what is he supposed to do but throw a punch at you? And those are the type of things I would say to Luka the Don. So if the NBA is going to truly prevent fighting, obviously we're going into the Detroit is where the malice of the palace is that the biggest thing that ever happened in Detroit. I just think when you look at what happened here, if the NBA truly wants to stop this type of stuff from being possible, you got to nip certain things in the bud before it even gets started. And if a man going to say some of the things that Batazde said to Luka, he should face repercussions for potentially escalating a melee. Because you can say certain things, and you're gonna only thing that's gonna come of that is fights. You know what I mean? You do certain things, and the only thing that can come from that is fighting. So those things, whether they prompt a fight or not, should be treated as if you're trying to start a fight. There are ways you can get in people's head, and I'm not trying to remove talking from the league. I believe in the trash talk. That's cool. But once you start crossing certain lines, it shouldn't be incumbent upon the player to defend himself. At that point, it's a business. We're at work, and there should be a certain decorum professionals display amongst one another. And it shouldn't be in Luka's hands to have to defend himself from some stuff like that. It should be the NBA defending their players from that type of stuff. So, like I said, it's going to sound soft to a lot of people. I respect that. I don't know where the line should be drawn. I'm not trying to police people's mouths. But if you're going to say the things that Batazde said about Luka, there should be some repercussions from up on top toward you. And that's how I feel about that, and I stand on that. So that's what I got to say about that. I don't presume to know what would be fair. I'm just saying that something should be done. All right, so that's what I have to say about that. I'm off the soapbox. Let's go to the team stats on the other app. Tell us what these teams have been up to. The Lakers are 46-25, third in the overall standings in the Western Conference. Our away record is 23-13. Our offensive record is 8th. Our defensive record is 20th, and our net rating is 13th. We are climbing the net ratings fast, boy. 13th. We were just 17 2 weeks ago. Detroit Pistons, of course, they're elite. 51-19 is their record. First in the Eastern Conference. 26-8 is their home record. 9th overall offensive rating. 2nd overall defensive rating. 2nd overall net rating. Behind, of course, OKC. Obviously. So, yeah, that's what's going on, man. Get into what these teams are wearing. Lakers are wearing yellow on the road. Pistons are wearing their road uniforms at home. I'm a traditionalist. I'm never going to be okay with that. Our projected starters tonight are Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Jake LaRavia, and D.A. And for the Pistons, it's Dennis Jenkins, Thompson, Tobias, Duncan Robinson, and Jalen Duren. And, as I said, Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart out. Nick Smith, game time decision, though he probably ain't playing anyway. And for the Pistons, Cade Cunningham out. Wendell Moore, game time decision. Marcus Sasser and Beef Stew out. So, this is going to be an interesting game, man. Interesting game. They still have their athletes on the floor. The stuff that really bothers us as it pertains to the matchup being a problem is on the floor. All that stuff is going to be out there. In my mind, that's Jalen Duren, Ron Holland, Asur Thompson, Javonte Green. Those are the players that I genuinely think I would rather not have to deal with if I'm the Lakers going into this Piston matchup. Cade Cunningham obviously is their superstar, but it's those athletes and those quick twitch muscle, high energy defensive, guys that really give us problems, and they're all out there. Caris LeVert is also somebody who's had a lot of confidence against the Lakers. We've seen him have big games against us. This is his first year with the Pistons, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't be overly surprised if he has his quintessential 21 points in the third quarter game. I don't think he's had one of those this season. He usually has 1 or 2 of those every year. Most games he's okay, but he always has this game where he just goes for 1,000,000 points to close you out. So be on guard with this person. Do not leave him open. If he's got it going early, stop him. Stop him. Take him very seriously, because he tends to have glimpses of being some type of star or something every once in a while, and it usually does come against the damn Lakers. Austin Reeves, man, he's been big over the last couple of games. He's been slowly but surely working his way out of this funk, and I think he's finally found his way out of it. The three-point shot still isn't quite where we need it to be, but he's driving at the rim. The three that he did hit was a huge shot in the fourth quarter. He's been very clutch. We're going to need him tonight, and we're going to need him to continue to handle pressure well. He's been doing that better. Our test against against Orlando was huge, where he had big-time defenders on him, and he only had, one turnover or something like that. I've really been tasking him with handling ball pressure better, and I think he's showing me that he is. It's going to have to translate tonight because, once again, it's going to be one of the nights where he's going to have somebody hyper-athletic, hyper-defensive on him, and he's just going to have to handle it well. Likely Thompson or Green. They'll probably put Green on him. Thompson probably going to have to handle Luka, if I'm a guessing and betting man. But, yeah. I think where we really – or Ron Holland – either way, it's going to be a high-level defender on him. So we need to be prepared for that. Look out for Red Velvet. Again, he had 5 steals in the previous game. His three-point shot hasn't really been falling this year. He's supposed to be a three-point shooter, but he does have utility in other areas. So be ready for him. We're going to have to offset what he does as well. If he happens to have a hot game, it could be a problem. Duncan Robinson, keep your hand up from behind the arc, man. The Pistons have added shooting to their team over the last 2 years. That's another one. Obviously, he's not having the greatest season necessarily, but you do have to respect that he can shoot. Lanier is a three-point shooter, the rookie, so if he happens to get on the floor, know what he can do. He can shoot. That's what he does. He don't play no defense, but I did homework on him last year out of Syracuse, I think. I think he played for Syracuse, one of them orange teams. Maybe it was Tennessee. I don't remember. One of them orange teams. He can shoot. So I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of minutes, but if he's good at anything, it's shooting the ball. So, these are the type of things we pay attention to. Dennis Jenkins, if he has an all-star level night, don't be surprised, because he started the season off with fantasy value when he had opportunities. So I expect for Dennis Jenkins to play very well. I see it coming. And Jalen Duren doesn't miss shots, man. The thing about Jalen Duren is all his points are in the paint, man. He's offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, dunk, catch lob. He's definitely the type of center the Lakers wish they had on the squad. DeAndre Ayton is going to have to offset what he does by continuing to battle with these big-time dudes, man. The last matchup was pretty tough with Carter and Batazde out there for our centers. They're going to need to step it up even more so going up against this all-star youngin. And Jalen Duren, he's a monster. He's in a good groove, and he's definitely one of the best centers in basketball today. So, yeah, without Cade Cunningham out there, I will say that Jalen Duren is most definitely the leader of this basketball team. And again, look out for Tobias Harris. He tends to wake up. Well, if I'm being completely honest, he tends to get cooked by LeBron James. Historically, every time I watch Tobias Harris and LeBron is always bullying the hell out of this man. I expect for that to continue, but I do know that Tobias Harris at this point is a very solid role player. He's having a better season than he did with Philadelphia. He's on a better team. And, it can go a lot of different ways with Tobias, so you need to be careful with him. So, yeah, man, that's really what it is, man. Just get ready for hyper-athleticism of Ausar Thompson, Jalen Duren, and Ron Holland. That's what I would tell people. Be ready for the hyper-athleticism of those players. They run, they play defense, they get in transition. And if anything is going to hurt us, it's going to be that. So we need to get back fast. I think this will be a nice opportunity, especially with Marcus Smart out, to find yourself some Vando minutes. He's going to be able to help you on a game like tonight dealing with those people. So I would say call his number a little bit, see what you can get out of him. Man, we're going to miss Marcus Smart. This is not the game to not have Marcus Smart. I'm just going to be honest with you. This is not the game to not have Marcus Smart. So that's what concerns me. But we still got our superstars. LeBron's been playing excellent. We're going to need him to continue doing what he's doing. Likely he'll have about 13 shot attempts. And if he's been shooting, if he continues to shoot the way he's been shooting, he's probably going to hit like 9, 10 of them. He's just been extremely efficient. I love this role for him. His turnovers have been down and must continue tonight against very hyper defensive players. Detroit does steal the ball a lot. They defend well. They have capable shooters. They're number one in the East for a reason. So we need to take them very seriously. Even though Cade Cunningham is not out there, they are still a good enough team to give you tons of trouble if you do not take them seriously as you would any other elite playoff basketball team. We did lose the first matchup against them. Like I said, Marcus Sasser went off. You ain't got to worry about him tonight. But we do have to get some get back against this squad. And if we win this game, we will be on a 10-game winning streak. 10-game winning streak. Los Angeles Lakers on the best streak they've had in probably 6-7 years, man. So I'm very pleased with my squad right now. I like what we've been doing, but there is something that needs to be said. I misspoke in the last video about us having a bad third quarter against the Miami Heat. We had a very good third quarter against the Miami Heat. But the issue that I'm referring to is the fact that we've been very inconsistent. We've had either a really good game coming out of the locker room in that third quarter or a really bad game, and it's been fluctuating back and forth. So tonight, an emphasis for me is for us to be consistent coming out of that locker room, especially against a team this good. You come out of that locker room and you look to pounce on them early. Be the aggressor, because if we have a bad third quarter against this type of team, there's a decent chance you don't win the game. So we've been fluctuating back and forth on our offense specifically. I think the last game we didn't have a good third quarter. I think we only had like 22 points or something like that. We played better defense, but our offense struggled. We're going to have to be smooth offensively coming out of the locker room each and every night, in my opinion. You can't keep having these good game, bad game, good game, bad game third quarters. It's something that's very noticeable to me. So, yeah, let's have a good third quarter tonight. And you know, kudos to the Lakers for what they've been able to do on this road trip, man. The first 2 games against the Rockets, we took care of. The 60-point Miami game, amazing. Obviously, Luke Kennard hitting the game winner in the last one, amazing. We have had one of the best road trips that we've seen in years right now. And it's been against very talented teams. Obviously, Detroit is yet another one. This will be a huge win under our belt if we can get this victory, man. So that's what I want to say. We come in here understanding that Cade Cunningham is out, and that's a big blessing for us. But if you take this team lightly, you're probably still going to take a loss. They're number one for a reason, and I cannot stress that enough. They've been number one all year long. And so that's really what it is. It's incumbent upon all of us to play serious. Don't get into it with the refs. Luka Doncic, they rescinded your technical. Understand that you're still up to be suspended for the next one you get. So this is a night you're going up against a Detroit team. It's missing their best player. They're probably going to try to get under your skin as well. They're probably going to use somebody to try to do something too. Or the refs are going to do something to frustrate us. We just got to continue to keep our cool. But I will say this. If you're going to get suspended for any game, it probably should be for the Indy game that we have next. Let's just be real. If it ain't going to be the Indy game, it should be the Brooklyn game after that. Thing is, that doesn't reset you in regards to your technicals. For every 2 technicals after that, you get suspended. So it's not like you're going to get this out the way and then get back. No, not at all. So we got to continue to keep our cool against the refs and against other players. So that's what comes to mind, man. Luka's playing MVP ball, man. Going into this building and getting a big victory will go a long way and continuing to build that, especially if he goes for big numbers. Obviously, we expect Luka to let the game come to him. Obviously, we expect him to cook tonight, but it is a major blessing that he's going to be available. And that's what I got to say. It's a major blessing he'll be available. So let's stay healthy, man. Mind what we have to mind out there. Rebound the ball as well as we can. Give up what you can afford to give up as it pertains to certain things that are just not going to be within our control. When you're going up against athletes, you're going up against Jalen Duren. We got to control the controllables out there. And at the end of the day, we have the best player on the floor by far. And with Cade Cunningham out, we also have the second and third best player on the floor by far, in my opinion. So we should be favored to win this game. And it's incumbent upon us to take advantage of a Detroit Pistons team that is extremely capable, even without their best player. So, be ready for this one at early game, 4 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern. Lakers Pistons. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching.